Hello, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I'm here in Elder Scrolls Online. And currently, we are in the midst of the Imperial City celebration. So all the killers in ESO are flocking to the Imperial City to stab each other, which means that they're leaving the Cyrodiil countryside wide open. So I decided that I would go ahead and take my little intrepid necromancer here that I've been having a lot of fun with, Fluffy No Pants, and we'll run through the Cyrodiil countryside and grab Skyshards and lore books wherever we can. Now, don't get too excited because the video that you're seeing right now was actually recorded last night. And you're like, well, wait a minute, Joe, why isn't it live? It's like, well, because stream sniping is a thing. So, this is what I was doing last night while everybody else was asleep. I was like, haha, I'm going to get Skyshards while the Eldamari Dominion is rampaging through Cyrodiil. And everyone's busy fighting to defend their keeps. I was like, shard for me, lore book for me, shard for me, lore book for me, yay! Because I didn't have any, and I think by the time I was done, I had something like, I think I got 35 of them, or something close to that. Well, as you can see on screen, I'm already at 25 of 46 sky shards. I think I'll be getting a few more here in this segment here. So I like to talk about where I've been, not where I am or where I'm going. So that's why you're getting to see video from yesterday, so that I didn't have anyone intercept me while I was having fun grabbing sky shards during the night. Oh, and currently at the time of this stream, and if you watch it at any time on Twitch, because it'll probably be restreamed whenever they have them available, it is a drop weekend. Drops are available, so as long as you have your ESO account linked to your Twitch account, you have an opportunity to potentially receive a free in-game drop for watching this or any other ESO stream. So whichever stream you want to watch is fine. You know, you can potentially get drops from all of them. However, what I can offer you is that this is a 24/7 stream, so it's just going to be ESO all day, all the time, as long as my ISP doesn't kick me in the teeth. They really don't like me streaming all the time, so they'll wait till like 3 o'clock in the morning or what, and try to reset my modem. Like, haha, I bet he's asleep. Oh, he saw that. Darn it. We thought we were going to take his stream offline. Oh well. So yeah, hopefully I notice when the ISP does it, because they will. They'll reset the modem at some horrific hour that they're hoping to catch me asleep in order to yuck up the stream. If I can avoid that, this is a good place to park your browser to just get drops for the whole weekend. Potentially, you can get, I believe, 3 drops for this weekend. So 1 each day. And oh, you were saying?
Yes, 3.
Mm-hmm. Although I saw that it was going to, I think, or could it be 4? Because it started today, and this is Friday, and then we have Saturday and Sunday, and then it looks like the drops bleed into Monday, at least for a little bit. I'm not sure if it's going to go until midnight on Sunday, but it almost looked like it was going to go until Monday morning. Unless I misread the calendar.
Yeah, I think reset is on 5 p.m. of my time, so it's 7 a.m.
So
of
it's
your
Monday
time.
somewhere. Just like it's always 5 p.m. somewhere. So
I have to say that I feel kind of empty now, because I cannot start to do Maelstrom Arena yet on NA. So what the hell I'm gonna do now?
your life is complete.
Not yet. I still need that polymorph from Veteran.
Yeah, I have a very healthy bucket list. It'll be a long time. Some things I'll just never cross off the list. But I'll be nice and not say what those are, because then OLG would be mad at me. Yeah.
Well, of course I could go high and put my goal to get Godslayer, which I know I will never going to get. That's like, you cannot even compare it to getting Wings of Architect on Swotor. Damn it. Because I think Wings of Architect is easier to get than Godslayer achievement / mount on ESO.
Guess I've never heard of that one. Is that something that's really popular?
Well, let's say if you have achievement and you have a mount, which you get when you get achievement, let's say no one can call you noob anymore. It's most difficult achievement in whole game. It's you have to do veteran hard mode. What the hell? What that trial was? Sunspire. In 30 minutes, no death. On same run. So you don't see Godslayer bug groups anywhere. And I know, well, I know how to get it. But I think guilds who do carry runs takes 50 million for Godslayer run. And to be honest, I don't even want to get Godslayer that way. If I ever going to get it, I want to get it legit.
Well, I was gonna say, if you were saying that if you have the achievement in the mount, no one can call you a noob. I was like, but can't you just be a noob with gold? It's like, I have lots of gold and therefore I have Godslayer.
There is also other thing about that paying about Godslayer. It breaks terms of service.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because basically what you do is you pay 50 million gold that they will basically someone else plays on your account, which breaks terms of service. That's how it works. And that's among with prices of guild traders. And someone might send me some death threats in game, me to tell about this kind of secret thing that some guilds intentionally breaks terms of service for gold.
Oh no, am I going to get death threats now? Or I should say more death threats?
No. Oh well, now it's out there.
Okay, so what email address should they send the death threats to?
I don't give a fuck dash at gmail.com.
That would be a good one to have.
Yeah, that would be a good one to every time when someone says, "Oh, you suck." Okay, you can send your complaints to this email address.
Well, you've seen my silly one, which is I promise I will read this eventually at joestech.com. And that is a real email address, by the way. It's just I read it so infrequently that, you should expect that it'll be a long time before I see it. After all, it's in the name. Usually I get like a little message. It's like, your mailbox is overflowing. I was like, well, okay, I'll read the mail. It's like, oh, wow, look at all these death threats.
So someone said that, oh, but if you are selling runs with gold, that also breaks terms of service. Like, how? If you are if someone is playing on their own account and just stay back doing nothing, dancing or playing a freaking loot, and that carry guild or carry group do all the job, how the hell that is supposed to break terms of service? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, and Zaz allows people to quote unquote sell crowns. I mean, these days it probably wouldn't be that hard to amass that amount of gold, especially whenever they have like a crown sale. Just get a pile of crowns. I've seen some. Well, I won't mention their name, but because apparently I mentioned it too often, and now the rates keep going up because people pile in there. But there are groups that sell crowns, and yeah, it's you can get it for. I've seen them for around 250 gold per crown. So getting to 50 million's not that difficult.
Yeah, but question is, who the hell want to jeopardize their account to buy run for Godslayer? I don't know. Oh, Sas says email. Congratulations for Godslayer. By the way, your account is permanently banned now.
Yeah, to be honest, I've never understood the people that buy their achievements. It's like, well, is it really an achievement then? I mean, you know, you want to pretend like you're, this great player. Well, actually, you know what? I see that in real life. Speaking of, there was this is kind of a weird delta to go down, but you know how people are these days are putting implants, thinking that they're going to make themselves more attractive, and generally, women get derided for, getting most of them. Well, they have them for men too. I've seen these hard silicone implants, and I saw an interview with this one guy. And the funny thing is that they're like silicone plates that are supposed to make your muscles look bigger. And they interview this guy. He's like, "Well, I just don't have time to work out, so I got these implants so that I would look better." I'm like, it is totally false advertising. Some woman's like, "Oh, you look great," and then she's gonna like grab onto your arm. What the hell is that under your skin? You know?
Yeah.
Or it's like, "Oh, you look like a big guy. Help me move a couch." "Oh, this is really hard." It's like, aren't those muscles?" "Well, no, not really." It's like, what the hell is that? And actually, I think the funniest thing I've ever seen are the butt implants, that some women get. And
Yeah.
They don't work well in the body. You know, the body tries to break down any foreign objects. Stuff comes apart. Sometimes tissues tear. Things move around under the skin. It just looks awful. You know, this is my advice to beautiful ladies out there. No matter what you look like, there's a guy who finds you attractive exactly the way you are. However, if you really would like to add to your posterior, eat a lot of pizza and it will just happen by magic. McDonald's can help you with that too, and you won't have to deal with horrible complications from elective cosmetic surgery. I don't recommend getting cut for any reason unless it's to save your life. It's just my 2 cents. Because there are inherent risks with any surgery. In particular, you know, everybody is, we have a general idea how each person is supposed to operate, but you know, there might be variances in terms of, for example, some people might have their nerves going in different areas than, you know, we have a rough idea this nerve should run through this location, but it could be, you know, plus or minus a few millimeters each direction in terms of how it's routed. And so I know people who got what they thought were going to be minor piercings and ended up with paralysis or loss of feeling over a large area because there was a nerve that the person who was doing their piercing was not aware was in that location, and once it's severed, it's severed.
Yeah.
So I'm really not in favor of any kind of piercing, cosmetic surgery, implants, if it's not to save your life or improve your quality. Now, if you lost your foot because you went swimming and a shark ate it, yeah, prosthetic foot was definitely going to improve your life. But, you know, that's a quality of life thing. That's not, you know, I would really like to get, you know, not to bang on the people who are telling me that they're expressing themselves, but I'm always horrified when I see these people that have cut sections out of their face, and I'm thinking, you know what you're going to look like when you're 50 or 60. You know?
Yeah.
But I guess it's some kind of expression. I was like, I would do it with. I mean, if you really want to express yourself, get like henna tattoos or something that's removable. You know, something you're not stuck with forever.
Yeah.
People subconsciously judge you wherever you go, and they're like, oh, wow, look at that person. Looks like a criminal. Yeah. Oh, hello, Pale Jedi, who says, if you're alive, morning or afternoon. I'm still alive. Caffeine helps with that. And as you can see, my little necromancer is still alive. Although the video you're watching, if you're just joining me on Twitch, by the way, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe Superfantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where we're seeing a little recorded video from last night of me running through Cyrodiil. And the reason it's recorded is so that people can't stream snipe me in a PvP zone. So I'll show you where I've been, not where I am or where I'm going. At least not when I'm PvPing. I know there are lots of people who will stream their PvP play, but when they get stream sniped, well, usually that's pretty much it. The stream is over. So I figured I just wanted to get my Skyshards, and the Aldemary Dominion was doing well, and I love playing Khajiit. So we're Aldemary Dominion, and so I had fun running around Cyrodiil looking for both Skyshards and lore books while the getting was good. So as you can see here, the Ebonheart Pact and the Daggerfall Covenant are pushing back because previously in the evening, the Aldemary Dominion had like 80% of the map. It was great. And so it makes it very easy to travel around from keep to keep through the little shrine system and be able to get to all the Skyshards and lore books. Pale Jedi says, or put spikes in their skulls. Wow. That escalated quickly. Oh, you're talking about the elective spikes. Yes, I've seen those. The horror. I saw this one person who shaved their head and had steel spikes in their skull as if it was a mohawk. It's just it was made of steel. And I was like, wow, well, hopefully you're not out when, you know, lightning is happening, because I can only imagine having, like, metal in your body and, you know, more susceptible to getting struck by something, especially right on the top of the head. Or, you see these people that will pierce their lips, and, that's fine, if you want to express yourself with piercings, but I'm in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, well, you're not going to be playing any wind instruments anytime soon, because that, those metal objects that are sticking through your face are going to shoot across the room if you try to play a trumpet. You might be able to get away with playing a flute. Doesn't require quite as much air blowing through, but yeah, Pale Jedi says, I didn't know if it was live or a rerun. Well, in order to help you with that, you'll notice that on the screen, whenever it's a restream, it'll say it's not live, it's a restream. And I'll try to always include that it's a restream in the description. So, yep, for now it's sort of live. Like I said, the picture is not, the audio is. So, and like I said, that's just so that people didn't have an opportunity to intercept me while I was running around Cyrodiil. I wanted to record it to be able to show you, hey, the Imperial celebration is underway there in the city, so if you want to take advantage of it and get your Skyshards, this is how I did it. I still have a few more that I plan to get because I didn't quite get them all. But, eventually, it was kind of late at night, and I was like, oh, I'm getting kind of tired. And Ology's like, you really should get some sleep. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But it's such a golden opportunity. I want to stay up all night, but it's getting to that point where it's harder and harder to get off of my schedule. Miss those days when I was young and I could stay up for 3 days straight, and yeah, as long as I had enough jolt, which actually I think that stuff's illegal now. Various dangerous stimulants. I was able to do just about anything. I guess I'm lucky I'm not dead, but because I've heard horror stories about it's terrible. Young people that will drink a Red Bull, have a latte, and then uh, something else with a lot of caffeine, and 14 years old, and they have a cardiac event. Let's see. Trying to come on, update. Okay.
Yeah, back to our earlier conversation about
tangents.
Buying. Sorry, what?
I said sorry. I get off on tangents.
No worries. I don't really understand those people who buy runs to get achievements. I have bought run only twice, but it wasn't really for achievement or title. It was once one dungeon for beast personality and 10 normal veteran run for Sunspire to get the skin.
Where does the beast personality
I don't even... Oh, it's one of Wolf Hunter. It's not March of Sacrifice. Let me see, what was it? I think it was speedrun, no death, and veteran hard mode. Basically same as Godslayer, but you don't have to do all achievement at the same run.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was wondering about getting that particular personality.
Yeah, I paid 1.5 million for personality which I use on one character. That's damn expensive character.
Is it really that nice a personality?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. There are quite a few personalities, at least in the Crown Store, that previously I would never have spent money on, but since I can buy crowns with gold these days, maybe I'll get some that way. I'd like to add a few more personalities to my character's inventory here, just for fun.
There is one personality which I would like to get. I think it's one of those. Most probably it's same veteran hard mode, no death, blah blah blah. Called Worm Wizard.
I've seen that personality. I was wondering where that one came from. So that's another achievement based.
Yeah, it's from Scale. No, it wasn't on Scale Color Peak because, yeah, I think it's that dungeon which came with Scale Color Peak, but I can't remember its name. Ah, Fang Lair.
I don't know if I've been to that one yet. I was noticing there were streamers that were going and soloing the new dungeon.
Yeah. So looks like what you need for Worm Wizard is hard mode. Veteran hard mode. Let's see. Not the statistic. What the hell? There is no even such achievement. Yeah. Oh, there. Yeah. Veteran hard mode, no death, speed run, like usually those DLC dungeon, which gives either personality or mount or whatever. Usually they are all achievements.
Well, maybe I'll give it a try one day. But for now, I still have a lot to learn about ESO. It has so many nuances that every time I log in, it seems that I'm discovering something new about this game.
As a matter of fact, we did Fanglair with Daedra. It's that one with skeleton dragon on as final boss. If you remember.
Let's see. I guess not. So many bosses, so little time.
Yeah. And it was like 6 months ago anyway.
Well, of course, I have YouTube assisted memory, so if it was something I recorded, I always go back and there have been times where I've looked up old videos just out of curiosity to see how they look in retrospect, and I was like, wow, I don't remember when this was recorded. Of course, it could be that they were somewhere. I guess I was probably gaming too much, because I guess they say that after you reach a certain level of exhaustedness, you stop forming memories correctly.
Yeah.
So I try to take breaks now, not get too wrapped up in things. Okay, as you can see here, Fluffy No Pants is just running around, and I'm trying to get as many Skyshards as I can up here in enemy territory, and hopefully not be noticed since everybody's busy in the Imperial City killing each other.
Move! Go around! Scatter!
I guess I didn't remember that you had gotten. I remember you had talked about that you were going to get a desktop gaming rig. I didn't realize you'd already moved to it. What type of CPU did you end up with, Gella?
It's i5 9400.
Oh, good. That's a good one. Yeah, Intel's finally. I noticed adding more cores and threads. And in many cases, see, it looked like, if I remember correctly, some of the i5s can do hyperthreading now, whereas before I think that was restricted to just the i7s.
Yeah, I don't know if this hyper-threaded.
Well, you can always tell from your task manager. So a quick control delete, it'll tell you the number of cores and the number of threads. If you have more threads than cores, you have hyperthreading. But let's see, you said it was a 90, did you say 9400? he said 9400. Well, if it is a
But
9400, that's what you said, right? 94.
yeah,
Okay, it's not hyper-threaded, but it's a hexacore, so it actually has 6 cores instead of 4.
yes, yes. Oh, you didn't hear what I said.
No,
Yeah,
you
I
must not have
checked
been pressing the button.
picture. Yes, I did. I don't know what the hell happened there, but yeah, I checked task manager. It said 6 cores.
Oh, well, sometimes, and this has happened to me, where I'll be tabbing around to different screens. For some reason, Discord doesn't see it when I'm holding down the button. So yeah, I've had that happen where I'll hit the button and it doesn't transmit.
Yeah, most probably that happened. Which, by the way, is very good subreddit.
What's that?
r/r/ that happened.
I haven't seen that one. I had been watching another one recently. I can't remember what it was called. I think it's called Recoil Butts.
Never heard on that one.
Women with G-strings firing sniper rifles and watching their butt jiggle. But
Oh, okay.
now I'm in trouble. But yeah, because we were talking about the Barrett the other day, and so they had one video of a gal, and she's not wearing much, and firing this thing, so and watching her jiggle. Okay, as you can see here, that town is under attack, and there is a Skyshard near it, but I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to go see if I can't snag it without being noticed by the town. After all, in Cyrodiil, if you die to NPCs, you can revive at that location, but if you die to a player, you have to respawn at the nearest keep or town that your faction controls. So I'm trying to avoid any needless death, at least at the hands of other players. And the good thing is that throughout this entire run, I've only encountered one group of hostile players.
But one of my favorite subreddits has to be choosing beggars. Oh, I'm selling this PC with 400. Do you take $25? Yeah, of course I take.
Well, it's kind of hard right now because the used market is, well, it's a buyer's market. I mean, like I said, I'm a big fan of the old 4000 series Haswells. In fact, I bought a couple not too long ago, and each one of them were about $120 a piece. And that's the complete computer with Windows 10, the whole shebang. Just add a monitor. Heck, they even came with keyboard and mice for that price. That's good enough to run ESO. So there are times where instead of having my second account run on the Red Storm, because I don't want to impact performance while I'm streaming, just in case, I want to be able to give all the frames to the stream, I'll have the second account run on another computer. Because I don't care about how pretty it looks, it can run on integrated graphics. ESO is pretty well optimized that way.
Yeah. When ESO came out. What the hell am I? That mobile laptop, mobile GPU were something. It wasn't some. It was some potato chip, and ESO, as a matter of fact, ran quite well with that one.
Yeah, I like what they've done with the Hero engine. And Star Wars: The Old Republic also uses a version of the Hero engine, although theirs was an incomplete version at the time, but they couldn't wait to go live, and so I think they used an alpha version of it and then hacked it together and added a bunch of things.
Yeah, that I think it was on my second laptop, which had that 9. Wait a second, I check. Oh, 940 MX GPU.
Wow, those were the days.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what, 5 years old laptop already, so. And, like, when I realized how good SWOTOR can be, because when I played on my old laptop, I didn't have to play on minimum settings, but like maybe just notch over that, and you didn't have like shadows. Like, wow, am I playing even same game?
Yeah, when Star Wars: The Old Republic first came out, what was my card? It was like some really cheap card. I think it had like 1 MB of RAM, you know, some ridiculous back then. And or no, I'm sorry, 1 GB of RAM. I'm thinking too far back in history. But it was a 1 GB card. It was like some early. I don't think it was 3DFX because I think they were out of business by that time. It was probably some early NVIDIA card, some very old one, because it was before the current series. It was the previous generation. I remember I had to turn off shadows. I had to put everything down to the minimum because I just couldn't get SWTOR to run at an acceptable frame rate.
By the way, have you heard about system requirements for Shadowlands?
Well, I heard that they recommend an SSD, but that's about it.
Yeah, and I think it's like 100 gigs what you need, but I guess it's a whole game, not only Shadowlands.
Yeah, probably. I'm probably not going to play it. I'm a little done with World of Warcraft. I do miss WoW, but ESO has been so good that every day I miss WoW less.
Yeah.
And every time I wonder, I'm like, I wonder if Blizzard learned their lesson. Activision takes out Tiananmen Square scene from Call of Duty. I was like, nope, we didn't learn nothing. I know Hills versus Babyface had his thing where he was like, well, you know, as soon as the Blitz chunk thing expires, I'll go back. I'm like, nope, I'm not going back ever. I'm done with those guys.
Yeah. At least heel versus babyface, he stick up with his decision. Utter, not like quartering. Oh, I forgot to cancel my subscription. I still kind of boycott Blizzard, but if I enjoy playing their game, I'm gonna play it. Like, okay, so where is your boycott?
Yeah. Yeah, Xi Jinping appreciates it when you forget to end your subscription. I hadn't watched his channel in a while. I didn't realize he was still gaming there. Oh well, I mean, I don't fault anyone who wants to continue having fun in the World of Warcraft. So I won't bang on anybody for doing so. It's just personally I choose not to.
Yeah.
Although if you declare a position, it'd be good to stick to it.
Yeah.
Because the internet never forgets. You said, and then you'll always be like, well, in context, and it's like, and then it all gets all, sounding like a press secretary or something. Well,
Yeah.
in SWTOR, it's like, well, it was true, Luke, from a certain point of view. Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to bash people for their gaming choices. Of course, there is some games which I kind of think, why the hell you want to play this garbage fire? Like, what the hell was
Fallout
that?
76?
No, I think no one. Well, for example, Fallout 76.
That with more microtransactions. The game still is broken, but you can pay more for it.
Yeah. But if someone enjoys to play Fallout 76, it's their money. It's not away from me. I
Yep.
just don't understand why they want to play it.
Well, and then, what got me was, I'm speaking of the recording, where he had one video where it talked about the one guy that really enjoyed Fallout 76 despite all the problems. And he played it so much he got banned because they thought, well, surely you must have bought it.
Oh,
You couldn't have gotten all that stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that was ever reversed.
No idea. But I wonder, is it already 6 months when Blizzchung was banned?
I think so, because it was pre-corona.
Oh yeah, true.
So it would have been November, if I remember, because it was before Christmas last year. So yeah, it's a bit longer than 6 months.
Circle around.
Yeah, true.
I actually still have World of Warcraft videos that I still haven't released on my channel, so I'm trying to write all the metadata for them, finally get them all released, so those are all finally done. But it's in a way I feel kind of bad because I get mail from people and they're like, "Oh boy, did you forget Blizzard and you're playing again?" I'm like, "No, this video is like from 3 years ago." I'm just really bad at posting stuff and getting all the information in there.
On the side!
Let's see.
Though you put quite fast up that Swotar video.
Well, I'm trying to get better. One of the problems that I had, and remember, I don't think we talk about. Oh, I was talking with what is it? Starkiller about Linus Tech Tips, and most of the time they're pretty good, but they had a video regarding Opera GX that kind of honked me off because they're like, a gaming browser, I can't wait not to uninstall it. It was like basically a whole bunch of rants about how much they hate it. We can't understand what makes it a gaming browser. Why would anyone call it a gaming browser? So I'm tempted to like put a little thing there, but the short version, and this is what makes it possible for me to put up that video very quickly, is Opera GX. My problem is that since I'll typically record an hour or 2 hours of video at a stretch, these end up being large files at 1080p and 60 frames per second. But that also means that because I can't afford Linus Media Group level, upstream on my internet, that when I start to upload to YouTube, it takes hours. And if I'm hoping to stream, several days in a week, the upload may not be finished by the time it's time to stream. And I've tried using QoS and other strategies to try and limit the upstream bandwidth for a particular computer, and it always seems to find another port to get around and eat the bandwidth and then cause my game to disconnect and screw up Twitch. And I'm like, oh. But then Opera GX comes out, and it's like, here's a little button. You can constrain the upstream and downstream to whatever level you want, and the CPU and memory usage. And I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. I mean, because Chrome will just let it all hang out. Chrome is like that bad friend that you invite over, and you come back and they've taken their clothes off and stretched out on your couch and they're sweaty, and you're like, what the hell? Get out! And because I've left Chrome on overnight and woke up and it was using 24 gigs of RAM. I'm like, what the flip are you doing, Chrome? Running Bitcoin mining on my computer or something? I have no idea what it is that Google is doing with the damn thing. But with Opera, I can say, all right, I only want you to use this much processing power and this much bandwidth. And so while we're talking right now, the previous video that we recorded is being uploaded to YouTube right now while I'm streaming to Twitch. And it's not interfering with my gameplay and ESO at the same time. And Opera GX makes that possible. It also has a nice feature where you can stream videos and have it have as an overlay that will pop into anything you're doing. So, for example, and this was another thing where the Linus Media Group just outs themselves as completely out of touch because they're like, what could you possibly want to have video in a game for? It's like, because maybe you're following a walkthrough, because maybe you're gaming with a streamer, because, there's like a laundry list of reasons that any real gamer could have told you. And it would have taken a minute to ask them. But, their whole video is like, oh, I don't understand what this is for. I'm like, why are you making a video and wasting people's time if you have no idea? Linus had to pad it with a thing. It's like, well, I hate to bring this up, but, like Opera floats like these really expensive loans to people in Africa. And I'm like, that has what to do with the browser? I'm waiting to hear about features. The whole video is like a complete waste of time. Normally they have really good videos that are very informative, but that wasn't one of them. Although his worst by far, if you ever happen to look it up, is one where it's a cell phone related video and he's like reading off some cue card that like Samsung gave him. If you change your own battery, it could be dangerous and your phone could explode. I'm like, what? How can you say stuff like that? You've had Louis Rossmann, who, the guy who's like the right to repair guy. I think the next time Louis sees him, he's going to put him in a chokehold for shilling out like that. Normally I really love Linus's stuff, but that was like the shilliest video. I was like, I wrote a little comment. It's a quote from Gene Siskel from Siskel and Ebert. And, his quote was, you can only sell your integrity once. And he's right, I just couldn't believe changing your battery would be dangerous. I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting here with my Galaxy S5. I changed my battery. Oh my God, I just made a grenade, Oh, hello out there in Twitch chat. I see you there, old lady gamer. Sold. I misinterpreted his comment. At first, I thought he was saying he was sold in the woods. I was like, "You are sold," and then I reread it, and I was like, "Oh, he was saying Jolt wasn't sold in his neck of the woods." I was like, "Oh, okay. We're not talking about like white slavery or something." I was scratching my head, because I'm like half reading and at the same time paying attention to OBS and then the conversation, and I kind of didn't understand that at first. These conversations just always seem to go off the rails.
Yeah, kind
It's always something. But no, thanks to Opera, I'm able to upload those videos. And unfortunately, Opera GX is currently in beta. Like I said, what makes it gamery is the fact that it has limiting features so that you can, say, for example, like right now, I'm sitting here watching my Twitch feed to watch the chat, and I'm looking at my moderator panel and other stuff, and I don't want the browser to eat up a bunch of memory and take it away from, OBS or from my gameplay, That's, again, what makes it a gamer browser. Listening to them like, I don't understand this. It's like, ask somebody. Don't just put out a video talking about, oh, I don't understand. If we don't understand it, it's obviously no one can. It's like, give me a break. You guys have gotten full of yourself, Yes, the Linus Media Group makes a lot of money, compared to, typical YouTube channels, but no, they are not the be-all end-all when it comes to technology. But they want to believe that they are, unfortunately. It was kind of funny. I was watching another technology channel. The name escapes me, but it was one I hadn't seen before, and they were kind of offhandedly complaining about Linus Tech Tips. They didn't do it by name, but they were like, okay, here, we're showing you a computer build, unlike some other tech tipping channels that will show you a build that no one can afford, because Linus always seems to get people to send him like tons of gear. So that would be just nigh unaffordable unless you won the lottery. So it's like, okay, well, this was an interesting what if scenario, but I'm never going to have any opportunity to apply anything that I saw on this channel. It is fun to see. I mean, because we all have ideas of how we would spend our, everyone's got their lottery list. If I won the lottery today, all the things that we would buy. It's a matter of figuring out how to get the money.
Have you seen that video about, I think it's called Origin, which makes these custom computers? They made a gaming PC which also have Xbox One, PS4, and dock for Switch.
Oh, so these are modded computers. No, I guess I have not heard of them.
I once, just for shits and giggles, because when you go to their website, you can basically build your own computer. I put like most best parts what you can get. I think it came out something like $17,000 or something like that.
Well, that actually is why people ask me, like, Joe, what brand of computers do you have? I was like, Joe brand. I don't buy pre-built systems anymore, not for a very long time. I would rather put it together myself because you're paying an upcharge. I mean, the one exception where I will get a pre-built system is usually when it's used, because the price is so, like I said, those Haswells where it's like $120 and delivered. Yeah, I'll pay $120 for a used computer, but again, there are some technology channels. Level 1 Text comes to mind, where they'll tell you, no, you don't want to buy from a Microsoft refurbisher because they add in all these costs. You want to go dumpster diving for your own parts. I'm like, that's great if you have, number one, access to the parts. Number two, can tell what you're looking at. Number three, faith that you bought something that is sold as is and is going to for sure work when you get it home, and 4, put it all together. And although I have the know-how to assemble the things from a box of parts, it becomes a matter of time. Time is money. It's like $120 and it's at my door and it guaranteed works and has a warranty. I'll take that every time, rather than, diving in a dumpster for parts. Maybe when I was younger and poorer, but other than that, I just built it myself. And for that exact reason you just cited.
But question is, when you build your own computer, can you get laser engraved?
Greetings, Wanderer.
Well,
If you have come
Yes,
I guess
you can.
you are like, if you are not
August
like a
also was the
YouTuber,
last
you
to have
don't
blessed this
necessarily
refuge
have
as we
like a
passed to
nice
another world
logo
several
to
months
put
ago.
engraved to. But
It is
yeah,
an ancient refuge of
they
our order,
even
the
you
cult of
can
the
even
ancestor.
have like a
Here
logo
we
of
tend
your
the most honored
choice
of our
on
honors,
that
those whose
computer.
insights into the
As a
prophecies
matter
of
of
the
fact,
Elder
let's see
Scrolls
how
have rendered
much
them blind,
that
unable to delve
engrave
further into the
itself is.
mysteries.
There are
Only our
workshops
order
around
is able
here
to read
that
the Elder Scrolls.
you go in, you pay a
All that is
price,
known of them comes from
and
our
you can
augurs,
use
whose
their,
readings are rewarded with flashes of
CNC
insight into the
machines and
scroll's
water
prophecies.
jets and laser
Each
etchers
reading
and the whole
exacts a
bit.
price,
They tell
eventually
you, okay,
rendering
this
the
is the
augur
software we
blind.
use. You go and compose your own little file. You
An
just bring it
outsider
in
could not
and say, all right,
understand.
here's my thing I want
Gypsy
it done
moths
to.
house
They
the spirits
slap it
of
up
our
there,
ancestors.
run your
We
program, and then
tend
hand it
them
back to
and
you.
honor them,
So
and their
yes,
song
even if you
enables
do the
our
Joe
augurs
brand,
to glean
you can put a
truths
Joe
from the
logo
Elder
on there if you
Scrolls,
want to.
to see glimpses of what was, what is, and what might yet be.
And you don't even have to buy the hardware yourself. Most cities will have something like this. If for whatever reason you don't happen to have one of those things that's open to the public, usually a local university, especially one that focuses on engineering, will happen to have materials like that. And you talk to some college student, you slip them some money, and you can basically get the exact same service. It's just it comes from the university lab instead of some place where you walk in, which is the water jet equivalent of Kinko's.
Oh, looks like I could get this even more expensive because I think I put i9 on that one, but I could go with Threadripper. Yeah, 3990X 64 core Threadripper.
I wanted to buy a Threadripper, but I just couldn't afford it. Maybe someday. I was telling OLG that I had thought about potentially saving my pennies, and maybe the next red computer would be a Threadripper. But right now, the Red Storm is doing so well with this R93900X. I should be okay for a while, although I probably will save my pennies and get that RTX 3090. Cyberpunk will be coming out. Wouldn't it be awesome to be able to stream that using that card? It's like, all right, remember all those settings? Well, you can watch those other channels at 720p at like 30 frames a second, or on this channel where we're just going to crank everything to the max. 1080p, 60 FPS, the whole bit. I think that's Twitch's maximum resolution, isn't it? If not, well, we could always go
No
higher.
idea.
Well,
By the
for
way, looks
peons
like
it is.
Origin. Looks like Origin PC.
I think.
It's 50 bucks to get laser etching to that custom PC.
Wow, that seems kind of high.
Yeah, I guess so. Though no idea how much those laser etchings normally go.
Well, like I said, it's a service like anything else. I guess I haven't had anything etched. I would guess, I don't know, it's probably like $30, $40 around here.
Yeah, well, then it's not that much.
Yeah, it's not that much more.
more.
But like I said, the benefit here is that I pick the parts and I don't pay an upcharge for them. It's whatever I find.
I was just wondering, what do you think? Can you get copyrighted logos there? Because technically, my current logo is combination of two trademarked logos.
My guess would be they probably don't care. And I'll say that because this is only a guess. I don't know for sure. I think they worry about that if it's a product that they're going to sell on a large basis. I mean, because people put trademark logos on their cars and all kinds of other stuff to show their support for whatever it is that they're into.
Yeah, true.
So, if it's a one-off and it's just for you, I bet you they let you get away with it. It's not like Sony is like, "Hey, look at that guy with a Sony logo on his Datsun. Sue him. Sue that man."
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing wearing that Nike t-shirt? Did you pay us for that privilege? Because there are so many, not only that, but there are so many knockoff brands that, if you're walking down the street, a trademark attorney is probably not going to be able to tell the difference between a real and a fake, as you walk by in most cases. Not that I'm advocating any kind of trademark infringement. You should always obey your local laws.
Though, most probably, if I would get laser or any other kind of way to get the logo on my PC, I most probably would go with Nightblade insignia from ESO, because I don't know why, but I would kind of course it has to be custom PC. I wouldn't name this one to Nightblade, but I kind of like the computer or gaming PC and name it Nightblade. I don't know why.
With a big Khajiit face.
No.
Khajiit are the best at
Nightblade
sneaking.
is- yeah.
Nightblades need to be sneaky, so obviously Khajiit are the best race.
Well, that's why I have a cloak on Nightblade. I don't have to sneak. No, we are not going to start this discussion about Bretons and Khajiits again.
I don't really know the Khajiit lore all that well, but I remember when I got to Elsewhere, or at least Northern Elsewhere, I was kind of disturbed by some of the statues that seemed like they were Bretons in mid-transformation to Khajiits. Is it like somebody got lonely one day and there's this cat there and it's like, kitty, you're really pretty, and then suddenly we have Khajiit? Or because they had like what looked like a human with a tail, or a Khajiit that was more cat than humanoid that had none, and it's like something strange was happening.
Well, Bretons themselves are a combination of human and I think high elf.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I guess I need to read up on the lore on ESO because I get more and more intrigued by it. I saw a box set of lore books that was available on Amazon I thought of getting. See here on the screen, this is actually my goal here with Cyrodiil, is to unlock all the shards so that I won't have to do this again on my other characters. And so I'll come here to the crown store once I have them unlocked, such to the point where I can simply purchase the Skyshards on my other characters. So Fluffy No Pants leads the way so that other characters will not have to go through this again in the future. Because once the Imperial City Celebration event is over, Cyrodiil will once again be populated with killers. And so this charmed, expedition running through the Cyrodiilic countryside here is going to come to an abrupt end after the event is over. I don't want to have to do this again on another character. Plus, it's all of the time. It's not too many crowns in order to... Because I did the same thing with the Imperial City. Once I had all of the shards unlocked, I'm not going back there. I'll just give it to all my characters. Just seems like a non-stop gang fest.
Yeah, and you are doing it hardcore, not on Nightblade.
Oh, doing it doing it with a necromancer is hardcore?
Well, any other class than Nightblade, it's hardcore, because if you get spotted, you are as good as dead. Because you
Yeah.
cannot stealth away.
She can't stealth away, and she doesn't even have max riding. So I think her riding is like 23%. So so you'll notice that as she goes around the countryside here, she's very, very slow. But the fortunate thing, though, as part of this event is, like I said, everybody's in the city. In the entire time she's been out, which is, let's see, wow, several hours already, she's only been spotted by a group of hostile players once, the whole time. And, gotten, double digits worth of Skyshards for it. So totally worth it. Yeah. One death, lots of Skyshards. Oh, whoops. Found some more guards, though. I'm still learning about exactly where the guards are positioned at various different fortifications as I try to avoid them. So as you can see here in the later part of the evening, since this is a recording from last night, the other factions are starting to push the Aldemary Dominion back. So I was thinking to myself, well, it's probably a good time to probably wrap it up for the evening. Unfortunately, the town that I revived at doesn't have a connection anywhere else, so it requires a ride to safety. But instead of moving her, I'll just park her, and that'll be done for the run in Cyrodiil for the night. But since the town could potentially change hands, I don't want to log out in the town itself.
Well, you should... Wait a second. Wait, you can port to... You should be able to port to home base.
Can you? Well, remember, I'm new to
think
Cyrodiil. I thought you could only travel through the keeps.
Yes, you can. And besides, I think you can spawn on anywhere if it's not tagged. But if you are using way shrines, then they have to be connected. But I think that city was connected to AD home base.
don't think it was.
Though might be that I saw
th-
wrong.
Well, I think the connection was available, but I think it was down at the time. So yes, I picked the town to spawn, but then once I got there, I realized, oh, it's not currently connected, and the other factions were beating us back. So yeah, it was time to log out. Okay, well, this is a good spot to go ahead and end this video. Join me next time here on Joe Superfan Tabulous PC Gaming channel, where we'll have more fun in Elder Scrolls Online and talking about very weird and random things. See you next time. It's never dull. At least it's never dull.
True.